All right, welcome back. So we are back on the Outcast 8S for the second rip after the full refresh. So I want to get out here, run it again. Programming seems to be holding on the receiver and the ESC. It's been about a week, and it still remembers the last time I programmed it. Not saying that it's going to continue to do that, but we're going to keep running it till it acts up again. Last time I had it out was a struggle to get it programmed and ESC powered up, and since that day it's been working. Alignment seems to be really good. This big Coke can motor and the big gearing I have in this thing. Fans are still working, game changer fans, regulator. Had a few crashes. And it seems to be holding up, so new tires are working good. A lot of kids here today. So we ran the 3 tracks, the oval, the little pump track there, and the BMX track. I haven't taken this to my favorite track, which is where I run the X-Max all the time since the refresh. So we're going to take it over there now and see how it does. This thing's just so fast. A lot of power, a lot of wheel speed for the stunt truck, for massive air control. Turning radius has been excellent. Probably a lot more than this RC has ever had. After fixing the pivot balls, I don't know when those things got bent. But they had to have been bent for a while. Just a ripper. I want to try the J Concepts Magmas on this RC. It's going to add even more weight to it, which I'm a little concerned about. But I want to give the tire a shot on this RC. Oh, that's a hard hit. Another hard hit. I don't have control of where it's landing. Usually take this diagonal. Oh. A little too much speed for its own good. Uh-oh. I lost drive. Oh, broke a control arm. This front control arm is snapped. It's not snapped all the way off, but it's 100% snapped. I've definitely lost rear drive. Yeah, only front's pulling. I don't know if it's the center drive shaft, but it was turning. Oh, there we go. Another broken pin on the right. So we broke another rear pin. I want to say last time was this wheel. God, that sucks. That's 2 pins. So I lost rear drive. I think the pins are just worn out and it really needs axles. Diff cups are starting to wear too. But that's the second rear one to break. Last time I believe it was the left side. This time it's the right side. And I have a broken control arm. And that's what I'm talking about. These heavier RCs, if you're gonna jump them, you're gonna run the risk of breaking stuff. This RC is, as you could tell, really heavy. And the J Concepts Magmas tires is gonna add to that weight, let alone to those pins snapping. With all the torque that this 1100 kV motor is putting out, this Mamba Monster X8S, which is the perfect combination for this RC, but you run the risk of breaking stuff. And this is what I was talking about, EXB versus the standard. My standard, believe it or not, lasted a lot longer. That's why this one on the front steering links, I have standard steering links, not EXB steering links. The rear I have EXB, but the front I was having a lot of steering issues with the thicker links, a lot of slop in the steering, and it was hard to control. Brand new out of the box. And I found that the EXB links have a lot of slop in the end balls, on top of it already having slop in the bell crank and the pivot ball area. So we're gonna get down. Hopefully I have a control arm for this. I don't know if I do, but we'll look. Hopefully I have a control arm, and we'll put another axle on it from off my Creighton. And I think that was the main reason I stopped running my Outcast 8S. I know why I stopped running the Creighton 8S was because with the M2C chassis and how heavy I ended up making that thing to get it to stop braking, I couldn't keep wing mounts on it, and I couldn't keep control arms on it. We're gonna head down and get this axle changed out. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. All right, here we are. We are going to change out this axle. So I have the parts on the Creighton, and that's where I'm in a predicament, because my Creighton is already missing pretty much everything on the left side. You can see the last axle that snapped, same way. This has become a parts rig, and I don't think it's worth sticking this RC back together. Even with the M2C chassis, with everything that I'm taking off this RC, it's just not worth it. So all I do is pull the two pins here and just take the whole knuckle, put this hardware back in so it's not lost. You can see where my EXB front arms went that were on this. I'm running standard in the front. These do have nuts on the other side, so you got to put your finger in there and hold it. Pull that completely off, another busted pin. Throw the nut on it. Oh, and I'll put the hardware back in this. There's just so much money it's going to take to repair that. that gets our drivetrain fixed. Now I got to work on the control arm, see which one is busted. I think it's that right front. See where I'm at. Split right in here. It's not cracked all the way. And that's pretty much the same place the last arm broke. And these are the EXB arms. And I believe this is just the standard arm. Yes. See, that's an EXB arm. This is not. This is a standard arm. And the fan is broken. Again. So, regardless, I'm going to have to get this fixed. I really don't want to pull the arms off this platform. I really want to put my Kraton back together, because the Servox servo is there, the Savox. I have the motor, I have the big mount. Gearing pinion is missing, but at this point I'm just missing 2 axles. Well, 3 if you count the front. Pivot balls. So 2 axles, the pivot balls for the left front, and an ESC and a receiver. So I really want to put this back together, so I'm not going to rob that. This arm isn't completely snapped through yet, so I'm going to continue to run it that way. I'm going to get the fan replaced out and go from there. But this is something I was talking about, is that with the bigger Arrmas, it's very costly to bash them hard. They're a strong RC, but for me, the X-Max, as you see, I haven't had this Outcast out too much, and I've already had to do a lot of repairs to this. Now granted, it did have a hard season last year, or I think it was the year before, but I don't know. I don't know. I love the Outcast 8S. I truly do. I think it's a good RC. I just think for those send it jumps, it's this RC is just not meant for it. The X-Max is built for it. Sad to say. This does great. And I had a good session last time, but this time I wasn't even that hard on it, and it has 2 issues: broken axle, broken right front arm. Now it could have been landing on top of those hills. I had 2 hard landings, no real crashes, but I don't know. I just don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this. I'm gonna order up some arms. I got the parts coming for the Kraton to get that back together, but we'll see. I kind of want to get the Kraton out this summer. I run the Outcast this summer. I don't want to just keep running the 3 X-Maxes I have, but we'll see. We'll see what lasts. I really want to get this Outcast working so I can compare it to a standard X-Max. Not even the Extreme X-Max. But we'll see. We'll go from there. Alright, so I'm going to get this back to the house. I'm going to go ahead and get the ESC fan changed out since that shattered as well. And I'll get this thing out this weekend. Hopefully I can get it out with an X-Max. And I can show you guys what I'm talking about, X-Max versus the Outcast. Why I feel the X-Max just suffers less damage than the heavier Outcast. Not saying that this isn't a great RC and that it doesn't rip, because this RC does rip. It's a lot of fun having that additional weight. You really have a lot of control over this. Compared to an X-Max takes a lot to control, takes a lot more skill to control. But when you're going off big air jumps, the X-Max just tends to handle the landings a lot better than the Outcast. Especially if you mess up. If you mess up and you crash this thing, it's gonna cost you. You crash an X-Max, it's gonna cost, but parts seem to be a lot cheaper on an X-Max. But there we go. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts down below. Outcast or X-Max? What's cheaper to fix? What are you guys experiencing? Do you own both? Or are you just an Arrma supporter and you don't care and you don't mind spending the money? I love running the bigger RC. I think it's a great platform. But comment down below. What do you think? Catch you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching.